the world I was in and the kind of sex industry,
Yeah.
I didn't feel proud of my work. I grew up in care in my teens and then had to wing it on my own from 16, left the kids home, went to a performing arts school, but obviously finances, mental health, I'm 16. I really had to learn how to stand on my own 2 feet from 16. I've swung around a pole with me boobies out. Nothing's gonna faze me, going on stage, all of that. So it has been prevalent in my family. Coming from Angeles City in the Philippines, that's very renowned for the sex industry there. Literally started from an open mic, found a busker on the street.
Love that.
Said, I'm going to do music and I've decided this is it, I'm doing it. So do you want to get involved in this journey?
Yeah.
We'll do an open mic, we're going to film it. I'm using my stripper money. Mate, I've been a target, like, when you're trying to do something positive in a negative world, people really want to bring that down.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm achieving things I never expected. Very protective of my energy.
Yeah.
Someone has to really show me that they haven't got bad intentions for me to let them in. I've got a very close-knit circle, and obviously I want to be doing arenas, tours, but most importantly I want to be doing this stuff.
For someone to now walk away from this podcast, what do you want them to know or feel?
I want them to take that fire in their belly and go run a mile with it and go do great things and go help people with that inner talent or skill or dream that you've got.
Hi girls, welcome back to another episode of Girls Like Me. Today we have a very special guest on the podcast. So we have Chantelle Marquez on the podcast.
Hello.
Chantelle is famously known for living her life and becoming a singer-songwriter out loud. She's been publicly showing her journey of what it's been like from being homeless, living in caravans, dancing, to now being a singer-songwriter on BBC's Introducing Most Played Artist in 2025. I think I've got that right. How are you?
I'm good. So nice to finally meet you.
I know. It's nice to have you here as well. Just before we started, she mentioned that she doesn't actually do quite a lot of podcasts, so it's actually a real honour to have you here in the studio today. The reason that I wanted to get Chantelle on the podcast today is because I feel like a lot of you are going to resonate with her story in terms of just building your life unapologetically. And I feel like the way in which I resonated with your story a little bit is, regardless of where you come from or how you grew up, you still have the power to like determine your life and make sure that you are in control and you can go after your dreams regardless of whatever shit you've been through. So talk me through your singing, songwriting career. When did that kind of take off for you?
Yeah, so always loved music from a kid. I was a bit of a music geek.
Okay.
Like in school I was listening to like Motown and real old music.
Yeah.
But at the same time I was quite naughty and ended up going down a bad path right up until sort of 4 years ago.
Okay.
Where I was around a lot of bad stuff, organised crime, dancing in the clubs. Naturally them two are tied together.
Yeah.
And I decided, you know what, this actually isn't me.
Yeah.
I front like a bit of a baddie, but deep down I'm a massive geek.
I love that.
Yeah. And I was like, I shouldn't be in this world, really. I should be doing music.
Yeah.
So I just sat down with a plan. I'm homeless at the time as well.
Yeah.
Glamorously homeless. I was living in hotels from dancing in the clubs and just travelling doing that. And I was like, if I wanted to make the most out of my life with the skills I have, how would that look? How can I take everything I'm interested in and turn it into a career? Because the world I was in and the kind of sex industry, I didn't feel proud of my work. Not to say you shouldn't be. There's many girls that smash it in that world, but for me it wasn't my calling. So I said, how can I make all the crap I've been through and turn this into something I'm proud of?
I love that. I wanted to dig a little bit more deeper into that then before we get into like a bit more about you. So I know that you probably spoke about your childhood, like growing up and that kind of stuff. How did that environment shape who you are now as an artist?
Yeah, well, I grew up in care
Mm-hmm.
in my teens and then had to wing it on my own from 16, left the kids' home, went to a performing arts school, but obviously finances, mental health. I'm 16. I really had to learn how to stand on my own 2 feet
Yeah.
from 16. And I'm so grateful for that. I wouldn't change a
Mm.
thing. Like, it's really them types of situations that shape you.
I feel like it's built a lot of resilience in you. Like you can definitely tell that you're someone that's very headstrong, like you're going after what it is that you want. Do you know when you mentioned that you were dancing in clubs and that kind of environment? Do you feel like that has helped your confidence, or what has that done for your confidence being in that kind of an environment?
Yeah, of course. Like, I've swung around a pole with me boobies out. Nothing's gonna phase me. Going
Yeah.
on stage, all of that, boxing, like, even just putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
exposing yourself like that.
Because do you know what, with this, like I know like a lot of girls joke about it as well, like, oh, I just want to go make some money. Like I say it to my mum all the time, I'm like, I might just go get a BBL and go Miami for the month and like go make some money. But I feel like it's a lot harder when you're actually in that environment. And I know there's quite a lot of people, let's say for like Cardi B, that have been stripping in America and stuff and then dancing, and they make a very successful career of themselves, whereas people in the UK, you don't really hear that a lot. Like you don't really hear that transition, and I feel like it's more frowned upon in the UK. Would you say that that is kind of like the circumstances for you, where it was kind of frowned upon, like the transition?
Yeah, there's definitely more stigma around it in the UK.
Yeah.
And also, there's not a lot of people sharing the darker side of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talk about the glamorous side,
Yeah.
but I think it is important if there's any young women that are thinking of going into that world, there's a tax you pay on everything.
Yeah.
Might be fast money, might be quick, fast cash, but it's going to tax your mental health. It is.
Mm.
There's girls that try and stand up for that world and say, yeah, I'm completely in control in that, but there's also a high percentage, a high chance you're going to get assaulted
Yeah.
in a dance.
Yeah.
In some clubs, it's more controlled in the classier clubs,
Yeah.
but yeah, you have to have very thick skin.
And what age did you start dancing at?
I think I was like 24.
24. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's, well, I was gonna say recent, but it's not that as
23.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did that kind of, or why did you get into that? Let's dive into that. Why did you take that route as an option for yourself?
So it has been prevalent in my family. Coming
Okay.
from Angeles City in the Philippines, that's
Okay.
very renowned for the sex industry there.
Wow. Okay.
So it was within my family, but I didn't go into that world until, yeah, like 23, 24.
Okay.
And it was purely because I'm the eldest of 5. My mum was struggling, my brothers were struggling. It was a tough time, and I've always carried the weight of my family.
Being an older sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm an older sibling as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're like almost a parent.
I feel like it's when you watch a parent struggle. So like for me, my dad was in and out of prison like my whole life, even though I've had a
Really?
relationship with him. But on my mum's side, like I've watched her struggle as well because my dad was quite abusive. So I feel like if you're in that kind of environment, you naturally want to provide for your mum. And even though I'm still here now and she's doing much better for herself, like in terms of like she went back to college, she now works in teaching, like she's pursued her career after like kind of healing from that.
Yeah.
You still always carry that burden of like, I still want to make you proud essentially and like look after you, I think.
Yeah. There's nothing tougher than watching your mum or your family struggling.
Yeah.
That is, it's a lot.
Yeah. And I feel like for you, maybe, is there anything behind also being like the older sibling and a woman going into that industry with having younger brothers? Like, did they ever have anything to say about it, or did they care about you choosing that profession, or did they know?
I think as far as they were aware, life was tough for us, and they respect that their sisters had to do what we had to do.
Yeah, no, that's really nice that they still respected that. Do you know, coming to where you are now, what have you took from all of those experiences to channel that into what you do now?
Oh, it's created my whole mission in life.
Yeah.
Just being around women and hearing their past and the things that have made them so hungry to support their families, and listening to the trauma of the girls I've been around, it really made me want to be an advocate and represent women in that world.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. It's amazing because when I've came across you, I first came across you from social media, and like how brutally honest that you were on your social media, I was like, whoa, like I feel like I love people that are what you get is what you see, and I feel like you're definitely that person, and it's really nice to have that, and it's very what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like fresh air essentially, because I feel like on social media at the minute, anyone that's pursuing anything, they're kind of like making it seem that it's a lot easier than what it is. And I feel like if you do come from a certain background of it's not easy or struggle, that can really have an effect on your mental health to then affect how you pursue like your career. So I know that you've mentioned a bit about you did struggle with your mental health. Do you want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I've got bipolar, suffered with psychosis.
Okay.
But that's so normal in the world I've been in.
Yeah.
In around like criminals, or being around the clubs, the strip clubs. A lot of people suffer with mental illness, and a lot of it is undiagnosed, hence why they struggle to fit into normal society.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I would love to kind of encourage more people in the world and the background I've come from to confront their issues, and then maybe we might see less people hurting each other, doing things they don't want to be doing.
Do you feel like for your own mental health journey then, how have you been able to kind of heal essentially through what you're doing? Like, because I feel like you've been posting, I know I've seen a little bit about you on your like morning routines and really getting into your routine. What have you done for your mental health now to kind of help your diagnosis?
I mean, it's been a real fight for me. My mental health went to a kind of extreme level, so I
Okay.
had to take extreme measures to sort it. Like that means no drinking, no
Yeah.
drugs. I used to do it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, like every morning it's a fight. Do my morning routine. Imagine I'm a professional boxer. What would they do to keep that mindset straight? Boxing has helped me so much.
Also, do you box now?
Yeah, just for fitness now, but
Yeah, I love that.
yeah, but I had a fight last year, and that was the thing that made me be able to stop drinking and everything.
What? You had a fight? Like a proper like in the ring kind of fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. How was that? Did you properly get into the zone of like, I'm going to train, I'm going to like get into this?
Yeah, man, did all the same things as the pros, and now I apply that to music. So when I've got a festival, it's all the same practices.
Of like getting into it, daily routine, everything like that. What kind of practices have you been doing then?
So sports hypnosis.
Okay.
Sport and performing arts, even what you're doing now, it all requires a similar thing. There's a thing called flow state.
Yep.
So if you can get yourself
Into that flow state.
yeah, where and I struggle, it's not easy to get to. Like when you're on stage, you're constantly thinking, how am I looking right now? But if you can be free of that and just flow
Yeah.
and be channeling something higher, that's a beautiful thing if you can get there. And there's certain practices you can do. Hypnosis. Yeah, I could go on for hours.
I really like that though. I feel like there is an importance of actually being an advocate if you have been diagnosed with anything or if you have struggled with mental health, because I feel like a lot of people, and especially women, do go through that, but it's kind of like a taboo where they don't want to share it, especially if they're pursuing something. Because I don't know about you, like I've been very honest and open with the girls about everything that I've been through, mental health journey, being abused, like loads of different scenarios. And I feel like at the start, I felt a bit ashamed, to say like, I've gone through this or I'm struggling, or how am I going to perceive, or what am I going to talk about and stuff like that. But I feel like once you do speak about something and say that you're struggling with it, like I felt so freed, like it's actually like a weight off your shoulder. And I feel like once people say what they have to say about stuff, it's like, well, you can't touch me now. Like, I'm free from it. How has it freed you in a way?
It's really liberating to
Yeah.
just own up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beautiful thing is people start being authentic with you.
Yeah.
That's the best part. And then you realise, actually, we're all just a bit nuts. Really.
Yeah, I think everyone has got a few screws loose, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's just great because we're in a time now where it's more talked about, isn't it?
So from that journey then to where you are now, what was the exact moment where you was like, do you know what? I'm made for more. This isn't my calling. I'm going to go after this with everything that I've got.
I was quite controlled by the men I was around.
Okay.
A group of people.
Yep.
And I was seeing a therapist on FaceTime every week.
Yeah.
And she really helped me figure out how bad my life was because I didn't realise. Yeah, it was just a moment of pure rock bottom where I was like in a bathtub having psychosis, like, please, you know how it gets.
Yeah.
And then I was like, please, God, give me an answer for what I can do with my life to make this pain go away. And then I got a message from God saying, you're going to use your story and you're going to go do what you're actually meant to do and you're going to heal others through your art.
I love that. Was it always in the back of your like mind then that you should be singing and writing songs?
No. I thought I was made for the life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought, this, when I was in them clubs, I was like, yeah, this is my world. Like,
wow. So you've done a complete like 360 transition on everything.
Yeah.
I love that. So how did you get back into music and like being creative? What kind of things did you do, or like what environments did you expose yourself to?
Literally started from an open mic, found a busker on the street.
Love that.
I said, I'm going to do music and I've decided this is it, I'm doing it. So do you want to get involved in this journey?
Yeah.
We'll do an open mic. We're going to film it. I'm using my stripper money to film it. Yeah.
Was this a man or a woman busker, by the way?
A bloke in Liverpool.
Some bloke.
Yeah.
Are you still in contact now with him?
No, I ain't spoke to him for ages.
Okay.
But yeah,
I love that. That's really tickled me. Sorry. I can imagine you just picking someone on the street like, yeah, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I seen it. I said, right, we're gonna do an open mic. But that performance, I was tone deaf, bro. Like,
really?
You know, the thing with anything, you're so bad when you start.
Yeah.
I always loved singing, but there's always technique and everything. Like, you have to do so many bad performances, songs, podcasts to actually get to
the stage where you're at a really good level. Yeah, definitely. I agree. That's been like my number one dream, start singing. I wish I could sing. Like when someone can sing, I'm just like, oh, I wish I could sing.
Mate, it's just an instrument.
No, I can't sing. I really can't sing.
I could get you to.
No, I definitely can't sing. What was I going to say? Do you know, now that you're in that kind of creative flow, you've been doing amazing things, you've been at festivals, you've just literally performed at a festival now. What's that been like to completely see your vision come to life?
It is surreal, man.
Really?
I'm waking up in the morning and I'm like, trying to like, am I real? Is this psychosis? Like, I remember going to the mental health clinic, telling them, oh, my song's on the radio. They're looking at me like, flipping out, she's on one again.
But it was actually on the radio. Like,
so it was very confusing.
That is so funny.
I'm medicated now, so I don't experience, like, it's so much more controlled. Like, I don't really get psychosis or anything now. But yeah, it is a mad thing to take on, the fact that I was in such a chaotic world before.
Yeah.
And now I'm around, like, the people I want to be around, the scenes I want to be around. It's a dream. It is a dream that has come true for me.
That's amazing. So do you know, getting into music then, for someone that is watching this, maybe they have come across you, they're thinking, do you know what, you're my inspiration, I want to get started in music, I don't know where to begin. What would you say to them to how to get started?
I've filmed everything from the ground up.
Yeah.
From my first open mic. Look at my blueprint. It's what it's there for. It's exactly why I did it. it won't be exactly the same. You've got to go on your own journey. You've got to find it within. But if that's really what you want to do, you practice every day. You do your vocal warm-ups or your instrument, you practice every day, and then you start filming content. Content is like...
I love that though. But let's say if someone doesn't have the confidence to start filming, because when people often start, they're proper shit at something. Like when I first started doing podcasts, like the first podcast I did after I put it out, I cried because I felt like it was that shit. Going on social media and posting yourself is really hard, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand what it takes to actually put yourself out there. How have you been able to just develop that confidence to be able to say, like, even if I have fucked up? Because Chantelle is very big on posting what she's done well, but also criticism as well of yourself. Like, you're always trying to evolve, you're always trying to learn, you're always trying to like watch yourself on how you can be better. For someone that's kind of thinking about, oh, I don't know if this is right or I don't know if that's wrong, for their confidence, what advice would you give to them?
The confidence comes with each video you do.
I love that.
The first one's horrible.
Yeah.
I was doing real authentic content before it was cool. So it was a real cringe time to do it. And everyone around me was like, what is she doing? She's lost the plot. You have to just sit in that uncomfortable phase, and eventually it won't be cringe.
Do you know the people that are around you as well? How have you been able to kind of network with the right people?
Back in the day, I was a DJ.
Okay.
When I was 18, I started a club night. And it was just authentically the music I like. So the more you put out authentic stuff and the more you live in your authenticity, you attract the right people.
No, I love that. I did not know, I could not see you as a DJ. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was boring.
You didn't enjoy it? Nah, not for you. What kind of music do you like?
Mate, I like old music.
Yeah. I can tell from your kind of vibe, like, the music that you put out there is definitely like a type of era.
I like the legends.
Do you?
Yeah. When you write songs, you have to like all the genres because you draw it from all different things.
I was going to ask you that as well. Like, where do you take inspiration from when you're writing your music?
The greats.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Lauryn Hill.
Love.
All of them. I love greatness. I love like people that are just like, yeah, I'm going all the way with this.
If you could now speak to your younger self with everything that she's gone through, all the trauma, all the mental health issues, what advice would you give to her?
I would say it's going to be tough, but it's in the toughest times that the best stuff comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
What would I say to my younger self? I would probably just say to trust that voice in my head a little bit more, that's saying that you can do it or that you are meant for this. Because I feel like sometimes there's always a battle in your head where it's like, you don't know. But then any time that I have listened to myself and followed that voice, whether it's God or whether it's me in my head, one of the two, I feel like every time I follow that, I'm always put on a path that leads me onto something else of where I feel like I'm meant to belong. Like even this podcast, this was birthed out of me. I wrote this in my, like, I've got like a little book of dreams that I keep. I wrote this in 2021 that I wanted to start a podcast. I didn't actually start the podcast until 2024, I believe. So I was pondering on the idea of like what to do, my audience. I didn't know if there was even a genre of girls like me out there. And then just started it, and now it's kind of flowed. So I feel like my younger self, I just wish I listened to that voice in my head a lot more from an early age. I feel like I would have been not further along, because I'm also someone that believes like everything happens at the right time.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I just wish I trusted myself a little bit more in my younger days.
Do you ever feel like that voice in your head might be your older self talking to yourself?
So this is a really a big concept that I like, because now I'm here, I always try and ask myself, I don't know whether you say older self, but I say higher self. Like, I've got a version of myself that's like who I would love to be, like the successful version of myself, like all of those kind of things. And I always ask myself, like, how would she deal with things? And then I feel like that's my older self giving myself advice.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think I've always communicated between all the different stages of my life.
I love that though, because you know, when I've had this conversation with other people, they're like, you're a weirdo. Like, why are you speaking this
deep,
about different?
innit?
It is deep, but I feel like there is this. I'm quite spiritual. Like, I feel things very deeply. And I feel like if you are someone that loves deeply, you feel deeply, you are creative, you've got that passion, you'll naturally have that sense of self-concept, I feel like, where you're like, this is what I should do, or this is what I should go after.
100%.
Yeah. It is really nice though to see like your progress and your journey in your life. From where you are now, what's next for you?
I've just always felt that in my head. You know, sometimes in music,
Mhm.
there's a bit of a like humbleness people feel like they need to have, like a modesty. But then because I've done boxing, in boxing you really believe you're the best, otherwise you're going to get smacked up.
Yeah.
And if you apply that to music, I want people to know it's perfectly okay to believe you're going to be great or that you are great. You have to believe you're great to be great. And that's what's next. That's what's always been next in my head.
I love that, because I'm a firm believer of that as well. Like, if you are not your biggest fan and you don't think that you are capable of those things and you don't see it, then why is anyone else going to believe in you that you are going to be able to do it?
Yeah.
I love that though. You've got so much self-confidence. I feel like I thrive in environments where women are so confident about what they do. And I feel like it's really nice to feel like you might not be where you want to be and you've got so much coming, but to really own that and be self-confident is like such a nice place to be.
Yeah, but it takes a while to
Yeah.
get there. But you do have to delude yourself at the start.
Yeah. How have you been like delusional then?
I was crazy delusional. Imagine I'm just around drug addicts and strippers at the
Yeah.
time, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to be one of the biggest artists in the UK. And they're like, all right. But
And
in my
there's,
head, I believed it.
yeah.
I've obviously got a long way to go yet, but I've just always adopted that mindset.
Mm-hmm. So everything that you've been doing now, talk to us a bit more about your journey. Like, where are you? How's it going? What stages of being an artist are you at?
I would say I'm still at a very early stage for
Yeah.
where I want to go.
Yeah.
It has been a crazy journey, lots of lessons about music business, navigating egos, men, navigating even trying to control your own ego, because obviously
Yeah.
it comes with adrenaline and highs and lows, and then a lot of people rating your work, but then haters as well. Trying not to get excited when something goes well. Don't get too excited, because you could do one great performance, but you've always still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
It's just I'm also like my own boss of everything as well. I've got great people helping me, like Yasin from Leicester.
Okay.
HQ, he's been a great help with everything, but a lot of the stuff organising the logistics myself, getting the band to the festival, sorting the producers.
So you do that all yourself?
Yeah,
Wow.
directing the music videos, sourcing everybody, because I like to do it myself.
Okay. That's amazing though, because I thought, I don't know though, because if you're not in an industry, you don't really know how it works. Like, before I started podcasting stuff, I didn't really know how it works or how you get this and this. So for you, that's having to organise all of that, how did you learn that? Or is it just people telling you like, you need this or you need that? Like, how have you been able to adapt to that?
You learn as you go with each one, but I've always had that hustle in me. 18, running a club night, booking male DJs, booking people to fly, trying to see talent in people. Like even in music, you're trying to bring the best art out of each person, the videographer, the producer. Like, how can I bring their influences to the top and make them enjoy the art they're making with me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really nice though, because it seems like you've got a good group of people around you. Like, you've just done the festival. What was the festival called that you've just done?
Great Escape Festival.
How was that?
Crazy. First time with a band.
Okay.
This one's like the industry festival, so everyone was like, this is your chance to like really do it. And found a drummer in London who's super talented and wants to achieve greatness as well. We built the band, he directed the band, took my songs, turned them into a show.
Wow.
I organised the logistics, getting everyone there, marketing us, and then
Creative director, marketing,
yeah,
this, that.
and yeah, it was a big moment.
Yeah.
One of them moments where you know things are gonna change.
I love that for you. I bet that was nice. How did you feel after the performance?
Not in the world. I'm still processing it. It
Oh,
was
yeah, because it was
3
only,
days
yeah, I was about to
ago.
say, it was only really recently, wasn't it?
Yeah. Still got things I want to do better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always critical of. I've got a long way to go,
I feel like
technique.
you have to, though. I've read like so many books and listened to so many podcasts, and they say that the number one thing that makes people successful is what can I do that's better. Like even the best businesses or the best artists, like athletes, are always like, okay, what can I do better? What can I do better? So from this performance that you've done, what kind of things do you look for? Like how do you criticize yourself in terms of what you can do better?
It'll be different things. For this one, it was definitely vocal technique.
Okay.
There's still more work I need to do on that. You know, when you see artists, big artists, they have done like 10 years of live performances, a lot of them, or they're running their vocals through equalizers, and there's a lot of EQ going through the mic.
Okay.
I'm doing it completely raw a lot of the time, especially with smaller venues. I've only been really working on my voice for 3 years. That's a short time in the music game as a front singer. But I'm just working as hard as I can to get to that level I want to be at.
So what does day-to-day life look like for you now?
It is back to back. I have to schedule everything to the hour to fit everything in, because I am managing everything.
Everything.
Yeah. The content. Being a
Your content is so consistent. Like literally, I see you pop up all the time.
Thank you. Yeah, being a content creator is like a full-time job in
Yeah, it is a
itself.
full-time job. I can't believe that you do everything yourself, though. I don't know why. I thought that you had someone that would help you or took like certain control of something at the minute.
No, everything practical I'm doing. I've got my HQ in Leicester. They sort of network for me. They'll go to like Yasin will go across the country. He's got his label. He's promoting his label, and through that I get promoted as well, like putting names indoors and stuff. But in terms of like hands-on doing the content, making the music, all of that I'm doing myself.
And how have you been funding everything? Like, I'm guessing it's really expensive to even rent out studios, go to these places. Like, how have you been funding everything at the minute?
So obviously when I was dancing in clubs, I used every penny I made on that. Now, because I've built everything, a lot of it is just like people wanting to help me out.
I love that.
Because I don't have money. You don't make money off this until you're very high up in music. And luckily I've got some opportunities that have come off of Great Escape where I should be getting some help. But so you get like grassroots independent labels.
Okay.
HQ in Leicester is that, so they'll put some towards a music video shoot.
Okay.
And they'll release some songs, but that's only some songs that I do that with. So I do get a little bit of help, but it's really nothing compared to having a major
in the grand
record
scheme
label.
of things, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going down the route of trying to find a label for yourself? No. I love that.
Because everyone was like, so after The Great Escape, I got approached by different A&R, so it's like talent scouts for labels.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know, I want to do it myself kind of thing.
So when I went to, this is another thing as well, I feel like there's not a lot of education around because it's kind of like a weird topic that not many people speak about online. So even I've been going to a few podcasting events, and the number one thing is like, don't sell your rights, or don't this, or don't get signed by a label because they take X amount of everything and you can definitely do it by yourself and all that kind of stuff. And it's hard, like when you're in the moment and you're struggling and you've not got the money and you've not this and you've got your mission, it's kind of like, how do I stay consistent running on empty and having that kind of faith in yourself and your journey? Like, you've got to believe in yourself 100% to keep continuing, because I feel like some people that have started their dream, they don't understand how expensive things can get, and like the price of everything going up and up and up. And it's like, at some point, I feel like you've got to understand that the money will come.
Yeah.
Like the money will come eventually. Is that kind of
Yeah.
your mentality as well?
Yeah, of course. But the one beautiful thing that you've got to do is like find people, it's like collaborating.
Yeah.
My strengths are probably content. So how can I work with someone else's talent and we bring that together and make both of us win?
Yeah.
When you got no money, when you're from the estate, like,
We were speaking about that a little bit before because your family are from Leicester as well, which is where I'm from. And it's so nice to speak to someone that also grew up in a council estate as well, because I feel like there's certain things mentally that you'll go through when you are pursuing a dream. So how I was speaking to you before we started the podcast, kind of like in certain scenarios, or I mentioned to you that I do property, it's like a sense of belonging. Like, do I belong here? Or like, how the hell has someone like me ended up here? Have you ever felt those feelings?
yeah, my whole team, we're all from the estate.
Yeah.
We're all from certain people have come through addiction,
Okay.
like all of us. So we go to these, like I was on a panel at a conference for the festival,
Yeah.
and we're all sat there thinking, what are we doing here? But more people have come from madness than you think.
This is another thing as well, which is why I wanted to start Girls Like Me, to show women that it is possible, like regardless of whatever you've been through. Like, you've got an incredible story, from being in care to struggling with your own mental health journey to everything that you're doing now, and you've still got so much self-belief and confidence. It's kind of like, how is it possible? Like, a lot of people don't understand. So for someone that sat here maybe in a similar environment to how you grew up, that has gone through those kind of things that you've dealt with, to be able to kind of put their past behind them and move forward, what would you say to them?
Use it.
Yeah.
You're actually at an advantage if you've had to grow up with that grit. You're gonna find it easier, because say in these corporate worlds or normal worlds, you're gonna have a backbone, which a lot of people struggle with. And if you don't, you've got those experiences growing up that you can use to fuel yourself forwards in them worlds.
So what's your mission now?
My mission is for people to see my journey and feel at ease with their own past,
Yeah.
and maybe find the hope within themselves to find their journey. Don't know how I fucking worded that, but
It does make sense though what you're saying. Do you get quite a lot of women that have come from a dancing environment actually reach out to you and say that your content is like really helping them?
yeah, I get people that have sold their bodies,
Wow.
women that have come out of addiction, and I get a lot of thank yous, and then I thank them because it's like I've actually achieved. If I died today, I'm happy because I've had people reach out and say, I've had a woman reach out to me and say, I've been stuck in the house for 4 days and your video about being in psychosis has given me some hope. So
I love that.
that's all I wanted to achieve
do.
with music. The music's just a stream of expressing my creativity, but the real purpose is helping people that are going through it.
And how does that make you feel when someone messages you to say like you really helped them?
Proud of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. You should be really proud of yourself.
Yeah, because it was tough, mate. Like, I've seen things people weren't even seen their nightmares, in that world.
It's just hard. Like, whenever I do a podcast with someone as well, like whatever they're saying, you've got to take it in also in the moment. Like, I like to have conversations where you're actually in the moment with someone, absorbing what they're saying. And I feel like I'm not going to be able to relate to your story at all, in terms of like, I can relate to certain parts of growing up and stuff, but the whole care and the whole dancing. But for someone to like be in that environment and to actually sit here and say, do you know what, that wasn't for me. How did you know that that life wasn't for you?
There's always an inner voice. Your ego might be telling you, yeah, I'm a baddie. But if you have a voice saying, no, I think I'm not destined for this stuff. I don't think this world is me. Then you need to listen to that.
I think it's a tricky one though, isn't it? Because when money is involved, I feel like it's easy to say yes to certain things. And I feel like it's very hard for certain people to get out of certain situations as well. How were you able to get out of that situation fully? Because would you say that it's in your past now?
100%.
Yeah.
But trust me, when money's involved and you're from a lack of money, you will sell yourself every dream to say that you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Whether you're selling drugs, sex, you will delude yourself just to survive the world that you're in, because the struggle is real. But sometimes you just have to find that braveness within yourself and say, it's not going to be easy. You're going to struggle. Like, money is tough when you ain't got it. But if you have faith, keep working hard, it's going to pay off tenfold up here.
Because I've even been following you from when you was documenting that you were homeless and living in hostels and like being gifted hotel rooms and people in different hostels. What was that like, going from place to place or not knowing essentially where you were going to end up staying next?
Because I did spend long in care.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
Okay.
But now I'm in a settled environment and my nervous system is at peace.
I love that.
Because when you're constantly travelling, hostels, all this, like, you're constantly in fight or flight. You're hyper vigilant of everyone's behaviour, like men around you. Am I safe right now? You know, you don't switch off.
Feel like you're at peace now with where you're at then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even being around my band on Saturday, we're all just geeks. Like, we all just love music and we all just want to create great music. That's all that matters. And it was emotional being around.
Oh.
You know, when you just feel like you've found your people.
Thing, yeah, and your people. I feel like environment does really shape who you are though. Like getting into good environments versus getting into different environments. Like I know there's that saying, is it you are the sum of like the 5 people that you spend your time around with. And I feel like to be around people that have a positive mindset of I can do this and I will make it, really affect your confidence and your mindset as well. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's like either been talking shit or kind of like how you mentioned haters? Has that ever affected you?
Mate, I've been a target. Like, when you're trying to do something positive in a negative world, people really want to bring that down.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm achieving things I never expected I would achieve.
Yeah.
And there's always men online trying to say, yeah, you got no talent, all this, really putting so much effort in to try bring me down. But it's life, innit?
I feel like you're always going to get that though, especially with the transition and documenting your journey. I really love that you have been so open and honest about actually what you're going through and sharing all of those experiences. I know that you mentioned when I asked you what's next for you, and you was like, shoo. So what does that actually look like of where you see your career going?
Just making great music.
Yeah.
Leaning even more into authenticity. I want to see more women now just own the grit and the past, and I hope I can inspire other people to do that as well.
Yeah.
Because I see so much beauty in women around me that have been through it.
Yeah.
Like, even when you were sharing your story over there, I was like, this girl, like, you're actually doing bits, man.
Thank you.
You should be proud of yourself as well.
Thank you. I just feel like that's what Girls Like Me is about, because when it came to, so I'm a proper geek as well, like I said to you, I'm a very deep and meaningful person. I feel like with online now, when everything's like 3-second hook, 3-second hook, 3-second hook, people really crave that community. And I feel like when you do feel inspired or like you are going to change your life, it's usually from a long conversation, something meaningful, like a moment that has really impacted you.
Yeah.
And when I was watching loads of different podcasts and stuff, it was kind of like, this is how I've made my millions, or this is how I've been successful. Like, that's when people feel like they can do a podcast. But when you're in the depths of it, when your mental health is low, or when you haven't got any money, or when you haven't got those kind of support systems that other people have, especially if you come from a working class background like I do, it's really hard to keep that self-belief up. And I feel like you may get like one or two women share their story about it, but there's not loads of them. And I feel like where I grew up, there is so many talented women that could literally do such amazing things if they really did believe in themselves. And that's what the podcast is about, like girls like me. Like I really hope whoever finds this podcast, because I've got quite a lot of friends as well that grew up in care, and it's like none of them, I've even asked them to come on the podcast and none of them really want to share because they feel that like embarrassment, or they're not sure what their families are going to think about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you do that, it's kind of like you're aware of your family situation, stuff like that. But I feel like I hope it does find the right people, and the more that we've started to grow and find those people, it's like actually it is a niche. Actually, there is girls like me out there, and that's what it's really about. I feel like to inspire people, because kind of like you're like, if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy. And it's like when I mentioned about being in property and all those kind of things, it's like that's just money. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just money. It doesn't mean an impact. Like I can do it, but it's not really great. But I feel like with this and this route, it's actually given me a sense of fulfillment, and I feel like it has changed like a few people's lives, especially like from some of the guests that we've had on. Like we've had some girls on that have been through a lot, like a lot of stuff, and I feel like the more people that do speak about it, like yourself, that do document it, even though you think that you're not helping people, you are helping someone, because even if they don't text you about it or if they don't DM you, I feel like someone seeing that will still feel the impact of like the content that you've been sharing.
Yeah. I think we're actually quite similar, ain't we?
Do you think?
Well, you've used One World to fund your actual purpose.
So for me, like when I say that I'm a hustler, I'm a proper hustler. So before this, I started like a candle brand when I was younger at uni. So I use my student finance to fund that, because when I started in property, I put that down. I couldn't afford the training. It was like 10 grand. I needed 10 grand, and I was like thinking, where the fuck am I going to find 10 grand from? And then I sold all these candles. I just looked at all these famous people's candle brands and whatever else. Did that, found 10 grand to do that. And then from that, I made loads of money from Airbnb. I feel like I was a bit stupid with money as well when I was a bit younger. I feel like I'd just fly in here and doing this and buying this designer bag and whatever for validation. But now I feel like I'm using my work money to fund this. There's always some kind of something that needs funding where you've got to find money from, I think.
That is proper sick, you know, that you had that kind of brain at such a young age. And also what you just said about like you was doing stupid things with your money, now you're doing good things with your money. That is a whole lesson in itself.
I feel like that's a lot of people that come from a council estate though. There's like this validation, especially like I mentioned, my dad obviously sold drugs and stuff. For me, I feel like I grew up around cash and money. So if I wanted something, I could just always have it. And I feel like there is that element of let me just buy this designer, or let me buy this, or let me buy that. But actually, we don't need those things all the time. So I feel like now that I've focused on whatever it is, because when I look back, I'm just like, I could have bought a house or something. Like I could have had something real. But you do live and you learn, I suppose.
Mate, I remember like my first big load of cash from that world, and I just went wild.
Did you?
I was just an idiot with money. And the mad thing is, you're trying to flex to people that don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They would throw you under the bus for a $5.
Yeah. It is mad.
It's a huge lesson.
I was going to ask you that as well. Like, out of your journey, what's probably been the biggest lessons that you've learned?
Real self-love and boundaries. I used to be so giving. Imagine being really giving in a really energy demon world. Even the men that were my customers, I had so much empathy for.
Really?
Yeah, like it's kind of sad when you look back. Like I would hurt myself to give them some comfort.
Yeah.
But now I've learned to value myself. I've learned boundaries. I don't need male validation. Yeah, a lot of that.
Do you feel like that self-worth and self-love has helped your creativity?
Yeah. Especially with like artistic vision. It's like believing in your work and knowing actually this is the direction I'm meant to be in, and not listening to all the voices around me.
I feel like as well, I don't know if you would agree, but when you do come from an environment where maybe you feel a little bit underprotected or responsible for other people growing up, I think that's why you naturally feel like you have to take care of other people and you're
Yeah.
more like giving. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. You kind of train yourself to constantly hold responsibility for everyone
I
around
feel
you.
like you're giving me the vibes of like you wanted to be protected, so that's why you felt the need to try and protect people or be there for other people.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
So when you have boundaries now, like what are the kind of boundaries that you've set for yourself? Obviously, I know you're not in that kind of environment anymore, but what do you do for yourself now?
I'm very protective of my energy.
Yeah.
Someone has to really show me that they haven't got bad intentions for me to let them in. I've got a
Yeah.
very close-knit circle,
Mm.
and I trust the people I'm around now, and it's important to find that.
Has it been hard to trust along your journey?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
so hard, because a lot of people have let me down, and I believed everyone had good intentions like I did. I ain't been an angel, trust
Yeah.
me, but like defo had a good heart. Might have done bad things, but had a good heart, and it got like taken.
I feel like that's a weird concept as well, because when you're around certain environment, it's like you'll see certain people do things that aren't necessarily good, but you know that they're a good person deep down. Did you meet many people like that along the way?
Mate, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of girls that I used to think, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be acting like that. But your environment has shaped you into this person. And I've always seen seen between the lines with people.
Yeah. No, I'm just taking everything in as you're saying it as well. Do you know, fast forward then to like now. I know that you've mentioned a little bit about where you're going. You want to be one of the main artists in the UK. What does that look like for you in terms of the version of yourself that you now have to build?
Obviously, I want to be doing arenas, tours, but most importantly, I want to be doing this stuff eventually. But then to be able to really have a platform to do that, I want to achieve greatness in music just so that
Yeah.
I've earned the ability to talk, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't feel like I'm 100%
There,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a weird concept for me as well, because when I first like wanted to speak, I was like, who do I think I am? Like you get that kind of voice, but then I
Yeah.
understand as well, like being at a certain place to be able to kind of mentor people and guide people in a way. Because I'm a firm believer as well, is like don't give advice if you haven't lived that kind of advice and experience. So I'm guessing the type of people that you'd want to mentor were like people getting into music or becoming an artist to try and inspire them.
I want to mentor women in the sex industry.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. I want to go into women's refuges. I'd love to go back to the Philippines where the women are doing that stuff. Don't get me wrong, we're not like all victims and stuff. There's the girls, they're doing what they need to do to hustle. But I'd love to like get into their minds, tell their stories, because there's human beings behind these women. Same with the crack addict you see on the street.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more representation for like addiction and drug dealing and rehabilitation.
Have you been back to the Philippines?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And have you met like many of the women over there, or like had conversations with anyone over there?
Yeah, I met my family there. I didn't
Okay.
really know anything about them until I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And then I wanted to see the strip where all the sex workers are.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I'm gonna do some work
I
in this area one day once I've achieved everything I
think
want.
you could definitely start that now.
Yeah.
I think you could definitely start a platform or doing that now.
I've got to do the music first and then
do it.
yeah.
No, I definitely see that. That'd
So
be
that my
amazing though if you
platform,
could.
yeah, just I want to get the platforms to a point where I can actually make a difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I do know what you mean, because kind of like me with this, it's like you need to get it to a certain level before you really have that impact on people, like you've mentioned, where you can actually go and outreach or do the project or fund this or fund that. And I think it definitely comes from having resources as well. But no, that sounds like a sick plan. That would be really good.
Yeah, that's a big dream of mine.
Any other big dreams?
No,
No.
that's it.
I love that.
Chat to kids in care, obviously.
Yeah.
Always dreamed of like having the flash cars and that, but now couldn't care less.
You couldn't care less.
When you've seen that world,
You just think you're not into it.
Yeah, I did the extremes of that life.
Yeah.
And been around all of that, and it just gives me the ick now. Do you know?
I can imagine though, like you just see men all the time, like fuck off. I don't want you in your car, or like when you're outside the club and you see people driving, you just think fuck off. I don't even want to speak to you.
Do you know what I find really attractive in a man? Emotional intelligence. Like, obviously, it's nice for a man to be on his 2 feet and everything, but the most important thing is who are you going to be in times of struggle? Can you carry us like mentally, emotionally? Do you have self-discipline? That's what I find attractive. Your nice Lambo, to be honest, is a bit unattractive because, like, why are you trying to get validation from everyone? I don't know.
I get what you mean, though. I do get what you mean.
That's a bit of a over-the-top statement, but yeah, I've definitely my mind has completely done a 180 because all I wanted before was like, I want a sugar daddy, I want like a rich guy, you know what I mean?
And now you're just like, nah.
Yeah, that's what a big lesson this journey's taught.
So I'm guessing the type of men that you were dating back then has completely changed the like type of men that you're dating now.
Yeah. I've got a man now.
Okay, nice. How has that been as well?
Dating.
Yeah.
Rough. Every girl from the sex industry, when you start dating, it's not easy, especially if
because
you're
as well, like you're publicly sharing that this was your life and everything like that. So I feel like when a man gets with you, they have to be fully confident and really own the fact that you're very open and honest about sharing your journey as well.
It took a very strong man to be with me because of my past. And people say, why don't you just get a normal 9-to-5 guy, like a nice guy? No, my man has come from a mad life as well. We understand each other. He understands my past. He doesn't judge me for it. He's got a past that I don't judge him for. We are there to heal each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've had to leave a life behind to do positive things together. Yeah. And that's what matters to me now, compared to the people I've been with before that kind of saw me as something to have on your arm.
Yeah. It's more of an object rather than an actual person to be with. That's nice though. It definitely seems like you've gone on your healing journey and you've definitely found like who you are, and it's nice to see that you're owning it as well. Like you don't sit there and pity yourself or something. It's like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Like I'm here. That was my life, but this is how I'm moving forward. Yeah. With everything that you're doing at the minute, what would be the best way for someone to kind of connect with you? Is it through social media? Like, are you on Spotify? Like, what kind of platforms are you on at the moment?
I'm on everything. Yeah. Chantelle Marquez. Yeah, that bit, like you'll probably see my videos somewhere, but
I'm gonna tag everything in the podcast as well and collab on everything social media wise, girl, so you can definitely find her. At the end of a podcast, I always ask the guests what's a secret that no one knows about you.
I'm the most open book ever. Like a secret no one knows about me. I'm actually a big softie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you can definitely tell that. That's not a secret. You can definitely tell that you're a big softie.
Yeah.
Got no secrets?
Mate, I've put everything out there, like...
Yeah, you actually have. So I was going to... when I've come today, I thought that's actually going to be a hard one for you, especially with how open and honest you are with your audience.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a different question then. For someone to now walk away from this podcast, what do you want them to know or feel?
Just... I want them to take that fire in their belly and go run a mile with it and go do great things and go... help people with that inner talent or skill or dream that you got.
Yeah, no, that's amazing last words. I think that's where we're going to leave the episode today, girls. I've really enjoyed having you on. It's been a really nice open conversation. And if you have related to anything that Chantelle has mentioned or her journey, I'm sending you so much love and healing. And I really just hope that you do go after that life and that you are building purposefully. I think that's what I would say to take away from this conversation with her. But no, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for coming down.
I love your journey, love your
Thank
story,
you.
love you as a person.
Thank you.
You should be dead proud of yourself. And
Thank
it's
you.
like so sick that I'm getting to sit on a podcast with people like yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens when you live in your authenticity.
Yeah, definitely. And also, don't be afraid to reach out to people as well, because I just literally messaged you and I was like, do you know what? I think you'd really definitely fit like the branding girls like me. So definitely reach out. Things are not just going to happen to you. You've got to go after them. But yeah, guys, that's where we're going to leave this episode. I will see you on the next episode. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.